Hello and welcome. I'm Mark from The Way Back, and it's been a week since I launched the Stonehenge Into the Light documentary. And I wanted to personally thank everyone that's liked it, shared it and commented, because that's actually really helpful to getting the truth out there. And in terms of getting the truth out there, it's interesting because if you do a video years ago, when I had my camper van that I'd self-built, I put a video on YouTube and I completely forgot about it, and I came back to it maybe about 2-3 months later, and I couldn't believe it. It had something like 86,000 views and it picked up 700 subscribers from one video. But it was about something that's very mainstream and was kind of bang on trend at the time, although I wasn't doing it from a trendy point of view, but I was just sharing my passion. I'd done a self-build and I was sharing the video, and it taught me something, that when it comes to things like YouTube and social media, they're great at promoting the mainstream, the middle of the road, or the things that are very sensational like gossip and celebrity stuff, but they're not so good at getting the truth out there to people. Some people might even say that they maybe filter against it. I'm not so sure on that front, but what I do know is that when it comes to getting the truth out, the number one driver behind people finding out about something that has value is other people. And so I wanted to share a quick little bit of maths with you. Stay with me. And then I'm going to share some really good news. It's basically something free that I want to give to you. If in the first week or first 2 weeks of a video being launched, so for example this Stonehenge one, if you shared it with 2 people on the first day that you saw it, and they shared it with 2 people, and so on and so on, at the end of 14 days there'd be 16,000 people that would have had the opportunity to benefit from that video. So to everyone that has shared it, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, because you could be the tip of the iceberg of a whole load of people discovering something that might actually benefit them. And if you haven't shared it yet, think about, well, who are the 2 people you're going to share it with? There's lots of ways to share it, obviously YouTube, but we're also on Rumble. And if you go to the website, you've got all the links, not only to the documentary, but the things I want to share with you now. If you're watching this, hopefully you're one of the first to see this, because I want you, my subscribers, to be the first ones to benefit. It's a kind of a thank you gift. Someone requested this, and I thought it was such a good idea. I thought I'll actually make it live for everyone. So what I've done is I've taken the audio of the documentary, which is actually quite interesting to listen to, and I've broken it into 5 MP3s. So it's the entire audio of the documentary. It's just under 2 hours long, and I've put a little bit of an intro to each one, and it's now an audiobook. So when you're on a long drive, or you're, I don't know, whatever, in your breaks at work or whatever, and you want some entertainment that's a bit more spiritually interesting, then this might be for you. And if not, it might be for someone else, and you can share it with them. So the documentary is now available completely for free, like everything I do, completely for free as an audiobook. I've also produced a transcript. It's the complete transcript of the documentary again, so you can read along, and that's illustrated, so full color illustration. So most of the pages have the relevant picture or the relevant frame to help explain what that part of the transcript is about. So this is great if you've watched the documentary and you want to kind of make notes or go through in a bit more detail at your speed, or it stands on its own 2 feet as quite an interesting read as well. And that's also freely available. So if you go to the website, and I'm going to show you exactly how and where, but if you go to the home page, there's some links, or if you go to any other page on the right hand side, there's a link to the documentary, and on the documentary page you will find links to the download, so you can download just the transcript, or you can get the entire audiobook with the transcript as a kind of bonus bundle. And good news, you can actually also get the audiobook as a podcast on pretty much all of your favorite podcast players. So if you go to the website, you'll find a link on the articles to the spiritual audiobooks, and on that page you can see all the podcasts, and you should be able to find it on Spotify and all your favourite players as well. Just more ways of helping you to access this information if it's of interest to you, and if it's not, then you're probably not going to be watching this documentary or this video anyway. But if it is, or if you think it's interesting to someone else, then hit that share button, hit that like button, leave a comment. I'm actually fascinated. I want to know if you've had any interesting or weird or out there experiences near or in Stonehenge. I'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. And the last thing I'd like to say is, look, if you agree or disagree with me, that's great. I said in the documentary, I do not want you to believe me blindly. I want you to actually kind of use my information as a stepping stone to your own discovery. So whether you agree or disagree, that's fine. And I will fight to defend everyone's right to have a belief or to believe what they want, so long as they can back it up by their own inquiry, their own intuition, their own experiences. Because actually, belief is just what starts us off on a journey. It's what we experience on that journey that matters and has much more value. So experience always trumps belief. And I totally respect people, whatever their beliefs are. So if you want to put a comment and you disagree with some of my stuff, that's great. Get involved is what I'm saying. Enjoy the video. If you haven't already seen it, I'll put a link at the end of this. I call it the Marmite documentary, because you're either going to love it or you hate it, but one way or another it's going to leave an impact. So if you haven't already seen the documentary, watch it, and watch it in full, because it's really interesting. It's only at the end that you kind of tie everything up together, and then you can kind of go, okay, I get where he was going with that. But it's there, and you can now, the great news, you've got the audiobook version as well, and you've got the transcript. So 3 different ways to enjoy this information. And hopefully, let's not forget why this information is there. It's to help you recognize or realize a deeper and more profound truth in your life from a spiritual perspective. So Stonehenge was just the excuse for a deeper dive into something that could just help you discover more freedom spiritually on the inside. And if that sounds interesting to you, have a look at the rest of the videos on our channel and go to our website, which is thewaybackgroup.org. Thank you. Peace, and have a wonderful time wherever you are, whatever you're doing. God bless.